Hello, my name is Megan and welcome to my channel. So, the other day I made a dumb little TikTok. The number one question was, how do I ship on Depop? How do I do this for myself? I'm so confused. And to be completely honest, I was right in your shoes like a month and a half ago. It's really confusing and there's not that much information out there telling you step by step, how do I ship on Depop? So, I'm going to be walking you through the entire process, starting from picking out your shipping configurations on the app, and I'm going to even take you guys to the post office with me. So, I'm going to take you through that, but before I do, you should definitely subscribe to me because I have a thrifting video coming up and kind of just talking about how I find my stock, and I have how I went from 0 followers and 0 sales to 1,000 followers and almost 100 sales in a month and a half on the platform. Now that is over with, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first step is going to take place before you even sell an item. So I'm going to take you through this with me on my phone so you guys can watch the whole process while I'm talking it out with you. So, okay, we're going to go into Depop. And we're gonna click that little camera thing. So you're gonna, put all your info about the thing you're selling, and then you're gonna come down, shipping, domestic, you're gonna hit that. And then, so here's, okay, big distinction. Ship with Depop, my own shipping. So I would say for your first 10 items, that's what I did at least, you should ship with Depop. And this means that they make the shipping label for you, and the fee that either you pay or your customer pays for shipping is already down here, from extra small to extra large. So the issue with this though is a lot of times they kind of overestimate their shipping price. So let's say I had, and this has happened to me a bunch of times, I'll sell a small Brandy Melville shirt and that would fall under small, which would be $4.50, but when I calculate it with my own shipping, a lot of times it's $3 or less. So that's $1.50 that Depop is making off of this sale that they don't deserve. So instead I do my own shipping, which is that next little bar. And so then you're gonna see down here shipping price. What's the shipping price? That takes us to our next step, which is to log in to Pirate Ship. So for this next part, you're gonna wanna go to pirateship.com and you're gonna wanna create your free account there. But since I already have an account, I'm just gonna log in. Okay, so here's what my landing page is going to look like. I'm going to pop out here so that you guys can see my full screen. Basically, Pirate Ship is this really great platform that allows you to get the cheapest price possible for any USPS shipping label, and then you can even create that label and then track your shipments on this central landing page. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a hypothetical label to figure out what we need to put as our shipping price on our Depop listing. So let's go ahead and create that single label. So now we're going to create a hypothetical label to figure out what is the most that shipping could cost us out of pocket. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to figure out where in the United States is the farthest area away from me that someone could order from. I live in California, so I just use a random address to New York, and that is how you're going to figure out what's the most out of pocket you're going to have to pay. So now that we have that squared away, we're going to scroll down and we're gonna answer these questions that they ask us about the type of packaging and the dimensions and weight of our packaging. So I pretty much only use poly mailers. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna select that for myself. Now it's gonna ask us dimensions, package weight. We're gonna need 2 things for this. We're gonna need a scale to weigh our package, and we're gonna need some kind of measuring tape. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to weigh and measure my hypothetical package and then plug those measurements in inches and pounds and ounces. So now that we have all of that information, go ahead and click Get Rates. Okay, so our shipping price here would be $8.42. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna plug that into our Depop listing. And in our next section, I'm gonna talk about all of the packaging that I use. Now for the fun part. Here are the essentials that I use while packaging my orders. Everything mentioned will be linked in the description. First, I have 2 sizes of poly mailers. The blue envelope is 14.5 times 19 inches, and the gray is 12 times 16 inches. Next, I have a measuring tape and a package scale that I use for figuring out my shipping price. I have clear plastic label sleeves that I stick onto my package to keep my shipping labels safe and dry. I also use normal office supplies like scissors and tape throughout the packaging process. I use tissue paper to wrap up clothing items inside the packages. I have a lint roller for touch-ups, and I have a pack of thank you notes that I personalize and include in every single order. I also have stickers to decorate the thank you notes and to include in the packages. Also, I include little freebies in each package as an extra thank you for my buyers. This can range from anything to scrunchies to candy to face masks. But here's the thing, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. When you're starting off, you really don't need any of this stuff. All you're really gonna need is a pair of scissors, some tape, and some small boxes or envelopes that you can recycle as packaging. Now, I'm gonna show you my process for packaging actual Depop orders that I shipped out this very day. So I start off by writing personalized thank you notes to each customer. This is absolutely key. There are so many Depop shops and retail stores that your customer could have chosen from, and they chose you. A thank you note is an opportunity to make your customer feel special and valued, so I recommend spending the time on thanking them. Now that I'm done with my thank you notes, I'm going through my Depop receipts to see who ordered what. I had 5 orders to package this day, so I'm going to show you one. So when someone orders an item from you, you're going to get a receipt that includes their name and address, and it's also going to show you exactly how much you earned for that item. Depop typically takes 10% of your total sale. Now, we're going to wrap Lala's order in tissue paper. Before I wrap it, I triple check the item to make sure it's in perfect condition, and I go over it with a lint brush if needed. Then, I wrap it up in tissue paper and I tape the edges to make sure it stays in place. Now, I pick which envelope I'm going to use. Since the top is relatively small, I'm going to use my gray envelope. I place my thank you note and freebie on top of the wrapped shirt and I place that in the bag. Now that the bag is sealed, I double check its weight and dimensions to make sure I have the right information for pirate ship. I plug in Lala's name and address, and I purchase a shipping label just for her. After I print her label, I cut it out and I slip it into the label sleeve, then stick it to the outside of my package. Finally, I decorate the outside with some cute stickers, and now we're ready to drop this package off at the post office. Okay, so now we're on to our final step. We're gonna be physically going to the post office. Okay, so when we get to the post office, I'm not gonna be talking while I'm in there because we're gonna try to keep a low profile, but you have 2 options for how you wanna ship out your package. So when you get to USPS, you're gonna go inside and you're gonna see a big blue bin. You could just put your package directly in here. However, though you don't have to wait in line, you're not gonna get any direct confirmation that you did drop your package off at the post office. So I recommend going ahead and waiting in line, and then once you reach the head of the line, you're gonna tell your cashier, "Hi, I have a bunch of prepaid packages, all I need is a receipt." And then they're just gonna go ahead and scan all of your packages into the system, weigh them, and then give you a receipt. And then on the receipt, you're gonna have a bunch of tracking numbers that you can then send to your buyer and let them know that their package has shipped, and it's gonna show up as updated in the system. So once you do that, you're pretty much good to go. Your job is done. I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you guys have any questions that I didn't answer, feel free to comment them down below, and please subscribe to me because I completely embarrassed myself in public for this video. All right, see you guys later.